So now we are about 24 hours out from the Packers losing to the San Francisco 49ers in the divisional round, which I think most people didn't expect to happen this year. It really felt like this was the Packers' year. It seemed like everything was clicking. They had, players in pretty much every possible position we needed. But as we all saw yesterday, clearly we didn't do enough in that game to get the win. And so now the question is no longer, are the Packers going to win the Super Bowl? Now we are having to think about the future in the offseason, and especially when it comes to Aaron Rodgers. Of course, now there's lots of uncertainty in the air because I was saying a couple days ago on one of those live streams we were doing that my prediction was that Aaron Rodgers would be back to the Packers coming into 2022. But the reason I had that prediction was partly just because I assumed the Packers would go farther than this. I really thought they had a shot at a Super Bowl. And I saw, with the Packers potentially winning a Super Bowl, why wouldn't Aaron Rodgers and Devontae be like, all right, let's run it back once again? But now I think things are a little bit different, at least in my mind, with the Packers going out like this in the divisional round. Because 3 straight years we've had tough playoff losses. It just seems like we should have been able to get over the hump at least once. And it's sad that, Aaron Rodgers, has one Super Bowl. At least we have a Super Bowl with Aaron Rodgers, but it really feels like we should have had more during his time. It's just definitely unfortunate. And especially to go out in this divisional round, going out in the NFC Championship the past 2 years, it was like, okay, we got to get over that hump. And it's I almost feel like we expected to be in the NFC Championship. Not that, that's necessarily bad. I mean, we had a solid team, and it really seemed like we should have been able to get there. But obviously now things are a lot different. So now personally, I don't know if Aaron Rodgers will be back in 2022 next season. I don't even think Aaron Rodgers right now knows, because in his press conference yesterday when they were asking him all the questions, he was saying how he's going to be taking some time to sort of think it over, decide what he wants to do. And just sort of my thought process on what Aaron Rodgers could potentially decide. It's like when you've struggled, year after year to get, to make it to the Super Bowl in the past 3 seasons with all the, key pieces we had there this year. He was saying, he thought that this team, had the capability to do it. And now, of course, next year with, our being over the salary cap by like $44 million, the Packers are definitely going to have to make some, tough decisions. Lots of players the Packers brought in this season, like Devondre Campbell, Rasul Douglas. They're going to, probably get paid a lot, whether it's with the Packers, whether it's with someone else. And so this exact team is definitely not going to be together next year. And so I feel like if you're Aaron Rodgers, you're looking at the situation, and it's sort of like this year, was the best possible scenario, I think, for the Packers to come in and, just win a Super Bowl. With the way the defense played yesterday, I think we had a shot at that. But clearly, from special teams errors, the offense not being able to move the ball, we were unable to get it done. So now if I'm Aaron Rodgers, I'm almost wondering if he's going to decide, if he keeps playing, which personally I think he's going to keep playing. Just from his press conference, he was saying, if he still is competitive and feels like he can still play at a high level, that he will probably continue playing. And it seems to me like he's still clearly playing at a high level. He didn't really yesterday, but overall he is. And so I wouldn't be shocked for him to come back in 2022. But I'm almost wondering if he's, dealt with these losses in Green Bay year after year, if he sort of wants to have a fresh start somewhere. Personally, I don't want that to happen, because I think even though it's tough to, lose once again in the playoffs, I think still this Packers team is better with Aaron Rodgers, just because he's, clearly one of the most talented, if not the most talented quarterback, I think, of all time. Unfortunately, he's come up short and lost the playoff games, which is definitely unfortunate. So who exactly knows what the future holds for Aaron Rodgers? And then, of course, if Aaron Rodgers isn't here, what's the future look like for Green Bay? Do they trade him for first-round picks? Do they, go with Jordan Love, Kurt Benkert? Do they trade for someone else? Do they draft someone else? There's lots of uncertainty now. Of course, the first thing I'll be figuring out if Aaron Rodgers is coming back in 2022, and then sort of seeing what happens after that. So it's definitely unfortunate that this is sort of now what we're having to talk about, because, I was hoping today we'd be thinking about the NFC Championship, preparing for the NFC Championship, but unfortunately, that's not the case. And so, I think looking at that game yesterday too, it's like there's so many, because it was such a close game with the 49ers winning by just 1 field goal, you can look at any single mistake and be like, okay, that's the reason we lost. You can say that's the blocked punt. I think clearly, I think if that punt wasn't blocked in return for a touchdown, personally, I don't think the 49ers win that, just because I don't think they drive down the field and then are able to stop the Packers. I feel like the Packers would have gotten it done there. And so I think you can clearly look at the special teams, because if they wouldn't have made those mistakes, I think the Packers win the game. But sort of in that same thought process, if the Packers offense played as they typically do, even though the special teams suffered as they did, we still would have won the game. So I feel like you could, look at the offense, look at the special teams. The one place where I feel like really performed to our expectations was the defense, because going in, I think the whole thought process was, okay, if this defense can stop the run and hold the 49ers, we're going to win this game because the Packers offense hasn't been playing insanely good. But for whatever reason, the game we needed the Packers, to come in on offense, they just couldn't get it done, unfortunately. The defense played great. So it's definitely a tough way to go out. And now, who knows what happens with Aaron Rodgers coming into the future. But let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Do you think Rodgers will stay? Do you think he will go? Let me know in the comments down below. Honestly, I don't know what's going to happen with him now. I was more confident before this game that he would return in 2022, but now I'm not so sure, to be completely honest. So that's going to be it for this one. If you guys want to see more content, sometimes I post on Instagram. If you want to see that, my Instagram is LukeBeller3. Linked in the description down below as well. But thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time.